back out to sea, sail home, sweet home, where the ships must go to get all cleaned up and put away. Call it a day. Fight off 1,000 monsters hiding in the sands on Mars. Hijack a flying saucer, steady on the hand. Fly home, sweet home, where the saucers go to get all cleaned up and put away. Call it a day. Back home, sweet home, where the heroes go to get all cleaned up. Anyway, let's call it a day.
I wanna hold you close, but you know my mind is torn up. I never thought it'd be like this. We're like a broken record, 'cause we always mess it up. Even though we say we never do that, so here we go, acting like we do. We say things that are not true, but somehow I'm still here. I'm a feels like. We're like fireworks that burst into the sky, and then it's over like that. So here we go, acting like we do. We say things that are not true, but somehow I'm still here. I'm addicted to the way you make me feel. I've been trying to get away, but you're like chemicals, chemicals, and I don't know if what we have is even real. All I know is that you're in my head, like chemicals, chemicals, oh, 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 chemicals, chemicals, oh, 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 chemicals, chemicals, chemicals. Wanna hold you close, but you know my mind is torn up. I never thought it'd be like this. I'm addicted to the way you make me feel. I've been trying to get away, but you're like chemicals, chemicals, and I don't know if what we have is even real. All I know is that you're in my head, like chemicals, chemicals, oh, 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 chemicals, chemicals, oh, 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 chemicals, chemicals, chemicals. It's not enough to feel alone and not be heard. Don't know right from wrong, and your lines have all been blurred. Is it me, is it you, or is it something I deserve? 'Cause everyone else knows the children of the world. We are the children of the world. We're going up, up, up. Things are coming our way. We are the children of the world. We're rising up, up, up. It's a brand new day. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know I played my part to a point where I was done. Now I fold my cards, game's done, and you had your fun. Is it me, is it you, or is it us you're running from? 'Cause everyone else knows the children of the sun. We are the children of the world. We're going up, up, up. Things are coming our way. We are the children of the world. We're rising up, up, up. It's a brand new day. Whoa, We are the children of the world.
Well, welcome back to more Space Engineers. Hal here, and today we have... still haven't come up with a real name for this thing. Kind of like in Sand Crab, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, so let's give this a try here. And that is all working. That's good. And I thought I had a camera. Did I not put... Oh. Alright, well, I guess we can do that. Alright, so this is so that we can actually see what it's doing. And what we want is, I want to say, is it that one? Are turned on. Lock should be turned off, and we want the velocity to be like 1 maybe. Okay, maybe a little bit more than that. And let's go 4. That'll work. Alright, and so what this will allow us to do is we can turn off the spotlight. And we were doing an excavation plunge here. Hopefully. We'll see how this goes. So what the idea is that we'll basically have this thing drilled down until we get to the point where the landing gear are on the surface, and then we'll lock in with the landing gear, and then we'll be able to extend the pistons, and then we basically reverse that process when we go to take off. So we'll see how this actually works. Alright, so looking good so far. I'm kind of liking the way this is working. And a little further. Hey, look at that. Alright, so we're locked in, which means we can now do that, and we can turn those off. Turn off the hydrogen system, and then we can have this excavate down. Alright, so let's kick back over here, and then what we want to do is I actually want to set up our drills. Alright, so that's not going to do what I want. So remove that. I don't think I actually have my drills set up yet. So we're going to group this, and this is going to be, we're just going to call it large minor for now. Alright, so if we do that, come back in here, go into groups, and we can toggle the blocks on and off. They are now toggled, and we have pistons. There are 4 pistons. I want those to extend slowly, so I want that to actually be negative 0.02, I believe. And so we want that to extend. And so what we should be seeing is we should be seeing some stone come in here in the near future. Let's go pistons. Okay, so they are extending. And so what that will do is that'll actually get us down, hopefully, towards the material. What I'll end up having to do, because I do have the deep ores turned on, we're going to have to get out and do some manual mining, but that's okay. That's the easy part. Actually, this is the easy part. Alright, so while we are on the ground, let's see here. I don't actually have... I need to find some silver. That's the one thing we didn't find. We've got magnesium and cobalt and everything here. Yeah, we got nickel, silicon, magnesium, and cobalt at this location. So this actually wouldn't be a bad location to set up a mining area. But for now, we're not going to worry about that. So let's head out. Drop down. And I should have... Oh, you know what? All of our connector stuff is... Yeah, look, we've actually got some stone in there already. Okay. So we can drop... Oh, it's only ore. So it'll only let me drop the scrap and stuff in there. That's interesting. Alright, good to know. Alright, and our piston is drilling for us. Alright, so it works, which is good. I wasn't sure that it was. I did have to turn off the shared inertia for the hinge because I don't have enough gyros or thrusters to counter the force. So what happened was it applied half the rotational force of the hinge to the arm and the other half of that rotational force to the ship. And thankfully I was able to stop it before catastrophic failure, but it was closer than I want to admit. So yeah. But it is working. All right. So we do that. So I don't have an antenna on this. So what I'm going to need to do is probably end up putting an antenna on it, which I really don't want to do because I really don't want to have things attacking it, but we might have to. Oh well. But it is what it is, and everything is working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run for a while, get this extended all the way down, check where my distances are, and see if I can find a bit of the magnesium, because I want to bring some magnesium back so we can start making ammo. The only other thing I really need to find is silver, and I'll probably have to go do a bit of an exploration for that. Given that we found this node, though, I'd be surprised if there isn't gold and silver like within a kilometer, maybe west. I mean, I could probably, while this is doing that, do I have... I'm not completely full. So let's climb our butts up here. And what I'm thinking... oh, that's right, I forgot. That's not done yet. Oh man. Alright, so let's swing ourselves up here. There should be some ice in there. It is, so we'll do that. I've actually got quite a bit on me. Let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and pop that for now. Oh, I need... There we go. Alright, so I'm betting if we head up for a second. Yeah, so that's... looks like a resource node there. I'm not sure that it actually is. That might have just been a terrain issue. Nope, it's not. Okay, so we have to look for the silverish discolorations again. Okay. See, the problem is that with deep ores turned on, these might actually be ore areas, and I'm not seeing them because of the deep spawn. You didn't change, right? Like, this might actually be indicating that it's a deep spawn here. Which means I have to bring the ship over and take a look. But like I said, I'll be surprised if we don't actually have a bit of resource nearby. Let's go see if we can... Are you a shadow, or are you... No, you're just different terrain. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking that the deep ores may be that. Because what I'm looking for is that telltale silver shimmer looking stuff on the terrain, which usually looks something like that. Maybe there, but... Oh. Alright. Well, we'll do a bit of a fly around. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut. We will take a look around, see if we can find some stuff that looks like cobalt. Yeah. See if we can find some stuff. I'll pick up some of the magnesium and then probably head back to base. So, yeah, we'll do that quick cut and I will be right back. And we're back. Alright, so we've picked up a little over 10k, I think, almost 12k of ore, the magnesium, and actually, how much do we have? Got 12k of magnesium and 1.5 million stone. So, now comes the fun part of getting this stuff back to the base. And we're only 11.5 kilometers away from the base, so hopefully this will be somewhat easy. Famous last words. We'll see how this actually goes. And then while we're flying about, like I said, I'm going to keep my eyes open for some silver, see if we can get some. This ship actually pulls to the right because of the way that the arms are set up. Or I should say, because of the way the arm is set up. Because you see that little bit of bounce? That's enough to help destabilize the ship. So turning off the shared inertia on the hinge does seem to be helping this a little bit, but as we get up to speed, without touching anything, you see how I'm drifting there? Oh man. Alright. So we're going to be taking this slow boat style back to the base. But I have to say, I'm actually happy with the way the ship is performing. I think that it would be much better without the deep ores turned on, because then we'd be able to get to pretty much everything. And having said that, we're now flying into a headwind with rain. Lovely. Need windshield wipers on the windows. That makes things... That would actually make this a lot more interesting, I think. Might be a good way of saying it. And so yes, I was right about the textures. So the silverishy, like shiny area was what we were looking for with the deep ores. Unfortunately, I didn't think to take the ship over before we left. Oh, but you know, just another day in paradise, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Oh, so yeah, let's talk about ideas for the rest of this series, because what I want to do is, now that we have something that's capable of some form of mining, I may end up turning this into just a hauler. Like I said, the drill is working surprisingly well, but because of the fact that we have deep ores turned on, that is going to make the ship much more difficult. So I'm thinking that, yeah, it's probably going to serve us better as a bulk hauler. So what we'll probably end up doing is setting up remote mining bases make sure we're actually okay. Yeah, we're fine. But setting up remote mining bases and then having something like this fly between the bases to pick up the materials and bring them back to our central processing. So, all right. So I am. All right, we got that. So we're about 4K out. I think what I will do, because we're about to see over the hill here. See if we have anything show up. Found a bunkhouse. What the hell is that? Did we just fly over it or something? A crew hut and bunkhouse. Where the hell are those? That must be back there. I think that might be what that was that we flew over. Alright. I see I should have been paying attention to the scenery more than to the just getting us around. Oh. But yeah, I'm liking this ship. I do think I like this ship more as a cargo hauler. Which means we'll build another ship in the near future. For now, though, this works. So we're seeing all sorts of just like random stuff here. But it is nice to be out and about and doing stuff other than just working on the base. Alright, so I think what we'll do, since we started this with the build montage, I think we're going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know outside of the build there wasn't a whole lot going on today, but yeah, you know, sometimes that happens. Basically, I just need to go find some more resources anyway, and I'm going to need to build an actual place to land this thing because the ship itself is a little bit too big for the platform. What happens is if I get a little too close to it, I may end up losing a limb. Because we did build this on that little platform under the windmill because I wasn't thinking about it at the time. Well, I should say the turbine. But yeah, let's see if we can do this without destroying everything. We'll flip you on a 180. That looks pretty good. Now I just have to remember that everything is backwards. And we're going to go like this. Nice and slow. Need to get this down just a little bit because we don't want to run into anything. But yeah, that's basically what I was talking about, is that because of the fact of where we built it and the way we built it, it's a little too big for this platform. Well, not for the platform, but for the area that the platform is residing in. I have nightmares about ripping off the large thrusters. Good, that way we should end up mostly centered. I think that's about where it needs to be. Yep, and that gets us locked in. We can switch that over. Turn those off, and switch you to charge. Okay. And that gets us back to base with a lot of stone, a little bit of magnesium, and a whole lot of zombies and other things to kill in the near future. So, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of the week. And, I should say the weekend as well. And we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.